Hey guys, it's Ken
and Han, and today we're back at you with another girl talk, baby. We love filming these videos, and y'all like them too. Like, they always get good feedback.
Yeah.
And they're just fun just to sit down, chit chat, answer some questions, have combos. Like,
yeah, I also feel like this is what we do. Like,
when we're just chilling.
Realist, yeah.
So really, you're just getting the inside scoop on one of our combos.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I guess let's just get started. My first one's funny.
I'm not ready.
Well, it's not even like funny, it's just like relevant. What's your general advice for situationships? Enlighten.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a situationship. I think a situationship is definitely different than like talking, getting to know someone. Like, I think they're different. To me, how I define a situationship, Kenna's definition.
Yeah, let's hear it before I start talking about something I don't know.
It's basically an unlabeled relationship. You know, you're only interested in that person. You know, you're basically seeing each other exclusively. You act like boyfriend and girlfriend. You do all the cutesy things, but there is no label. And that's why it's called a situationship, because you're put in a tough situation, because technically you don't owe them crap,
right?
But there's the expectation that you act a certain way, and that's why I think it ends up hurting a lot of people, because the day you get fed up with it, or they do something, you do something,
then it's like
it goes down, and it's not pretty. Obviously, communication is key, and usually, in my opinion, that's where it falls short, and where it has fallen short in the past. I'm always on the boat. Treat it more like a relationship than not, rather than the other way around, because realistically, I think the odds are higher that you start dating or really view them as a boyfriend rather than just a situationship, or vice versa. I understand the sentiment, like, have your roster, have your lineup, be ready to go.
Have your roster.
Realistically, you're gonna get caught talking to too many people, wasting your time, when really you're only interested in the one.
Yeah.
If you're not interested and it's not serious, then fine, play your games, talk your talk, decide relatively quickly, like within a few months. You don't want to spend too long in the situationship, because that's also a bad sign.
That is a bad sign, I think.
Like, you gotta turn...
it's like, wait, is this going anywhere, or are we just playing these games?
Right. Treat it like what you want to happen.
Okay, yeah.
If you want a relationship, treat it like one. If you don't,
then don't.
Got it. This one I kind of took from other girl talks, and I don't really know. It's like slightly different than what we've talked about before. Do you have any advice or things to share about birth control?
Well, obviously everyone's different, and what works for me or what works for Ken or what works for Susie is not gonna work for everyone. I guess take what I say with a grain of salt. If you either want to or think it would benefit you to go on it, and you like don't know how to talk to your parents about it or don't know what to say, I would honestly just like approach them and be like, listen, I've been thinking about this, and like I've heard about it from like friends or from this or from that. Like, what do you think about it? It's something like I think could be good for me. Because if you try to like be secretive about it and like either like get it in a way where no one knows, or like,
because there are ways,
right, there are, not saying you should do it, but I feel like you should just have a conversation about it with your parents, or maybe if you have an older sibling, ask about that and be like, how is this for you, or like, could you maybe talk to mom and dad for me? And there's so many reasons you can go on birth control, and it's not even just for people who are having sex, because I feel like that's what a lot of people think it is. As far as different methods of birth control, that's really, I feel like, between you and your doctor. Obviously ask your doctor what would be best for you, because me personally, I'm on the pill, and I have been on the same one since I was literally 15, and now I'm 21, so like 6 years, and it's worked for me like perfectly, and I am perfectly content with what I'm on, but that's also not the case for everybody. So do what's best for you and talk to your doctor. Most of the time, like your family and friends, and especially your doctors, they just want what's best for you and want to help you in the way that you need. So how to know when to introduce your family to new relationships? I'm not asking for any reason, I'm just saying.
She's like, I don't need to know, but if you could tell me. Obviously, everyone's relationship with their family and friends are different. Even though I'm gonna say family, like, if you're not close with your family, I mean this about whoever, like, your closest network is. Yeah. If that makes sense? Yeah. I just think honesty and being upfront about just about everything is always the best way to go. Yeah. I think it's safe to, like, when you start talking or you kind of have feelings, be like, hey, like, I'm talking to someone, hey, I have a crush. Whenever you officially start dating, I think you should let your closest friends and family know, because especially in today's day and age, I just feel like people always assume you're single until they know you're not, you know? Yeah. But then as far as introducing them, I would probably wait like a month-ish. I would also spend a lot of time with them personally. People be dating these days and not spending time together personally. Like,
I know,
you are different online than you are in person, and it's a lot different to date someone and live all day every day in a house together than to see each other
and you get to learn and know so much more about someone with in-person interactions versus just like over the phone.
Right. So I would probably wait about a month, have at least like 5-ish dates.
Oh, definitely.
So I would say like a month at least, but tell them about them before so that when you show up with a boyfriend, you're not just dating for like 2 months. If you feel the need to hide it, I think that's just also a red flag in general.
This was the one that has like a go off / how do you make a good first impression?
This is my specialty. Be yourself. The person that you're dating likes you for you, and don't like feel like you have to act a certain way around their parents, because realistically, if things go really, really well one day down the road, that's gonna be your family. Your first impression of them is kind of what you have to keep up forever. Be super courteous. My biggest advice is always listen more than you speak, because they'll want to tell you about their son, their daughter, whoever it is like that you're meeting, and then they'll have so many questions for you, but also be able to hold like a conversation. But I would rather undershare the first time than overshare. Keep in touch with them afterwards, I say. Advice or any like stigmas you want to break down about the first time?
I would just say anybody who is either thinking about doing that or wants to, or like you're hanging out with a guy and you think it might like happen, or he might try, or you might want to, or this or that. Obviously make sure that you both are like in a clear understanding that that's what the intentions are and that's what you both want to do. Also, like, don't be afraid to say I don't want to do it if someone's trying to pressure you, or if they ask you if you want to and you don't want to. Like, don't feel like they'll think less of you or judge you, and if they do, then that's not someone that you want in your life anyway. And communicate. Like, it's not weird to not coach each other, but kind of be like, okay, this is good, this is not, because you don't want to be in a situation where like there's no communication and it's just like ends up being bad for both people. This is up to anyone to make their own decision, so I'm not saying like everyone needs to do this, but I feel like it's a lot better, at least for the first time, when it's someone like you're comfortable with, and it's nothing to be ashamed of either. For sure. So just make sure, I feel like everything's consensual, you're in like a comfortable environment where you like feel okay doing it, and then the rest will fall into place.
For sure. That's a good answer.
Why do you think people cheat instead of just ending things?
This is good. I've been trying to crack this code for a hot minute. I just want to say I don't think there's one person for everyone. I think all of us could end up with so many people. For me, it means you're picking them forever over everyone else. And I think it's tough in our generation because girls and guys are such close friends with social media and our phones. Like, we are connected 24/7. And there's these huge expectations around, like, you don't have to be best friends on Snapchat. You don't have to like comment on every pic. Like, it's that shit pisses me off. With that, well, they cheat because they're terrible people, and they are too scared to confront their feelings. Usually, I feel like there's something I don't want to say that's happened to them, but they're not man enough or not woman enough to voice their opinions. Like, I'd almost rather get like a text and be dumped than get cheated on.
Same.
And that's why people also lie about cheating. They think it's so bad because it is so bad. Like, it's such a violation of trust. I think people cheat because not that they picked the wrong person, but they didn't mean what they meant when they said, I'm picking you.
Oh, yeah. I would agree.
Or they realize they picked the wrong one, whether that's a girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, husband. You're just realizing too late that you picked the wrong person.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. And to be honest, like, it's just never the way to go about it. If you ever feel the need to keep part of your life from the person you're with, it's not the right person. This one's good.
Okay.
So, do you have any advice on how you pull so hard? Just like let the fans know. I want your opinion on why you think you do so well. If we're looking out of the men's that's in the DM, if we're looking about the men's that come up to her at a bar, the men's that want to marry her, the men's that want to date her, like, do your thing, girl.
I'll
share the wealth.
I'll tell you.
I'm taking notes.
Alright, listen. Be a badass bitch. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, if that's what this is.
No, I'm kidding. I think I'm, one, just very approachable for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like I am. Two, it's the blonde hair. I'm telling you. I also think, honestly, and maybe this isn't a real thing and I just think it is, But I think a lot of times in Wilmington, for example, if I go out, I will go out in jeans, sneakers, and like nothing fancy. Right. And everybody else is going out in like leather skirts trying to look like they're like on top of the world. And I'm just like, I just don't really care like that. Other than that, I just feel like I just get lucky. I don't really know.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.